Good morning, Northwestern, and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of Eagle 7 News. I'm Chinu Her. Well, you may have noticed, but there has been an ongoing problem this fall. Here's Josette Eliff with the story.
There is something serious happening at Northwestern. A specific group on campus is possibly being victimized. Squirrels all around Northwestern have been dying in public places. Maintenance employees are working hard to save the student body from the traumatic sight of deceased squirrels lying in common areas. What could be the cause of these deaths? Unfortunately, the answer is not known. The possibilities range from viral infections to murder. Some students believe there's actually a group of hunters who intentionally set out to shoot the squirrels using homemade tools. Some fear the chickens may be next. Hopefully, the cold weather brings an end to this problem. Josette Eliff, Eagle 7 News.
Students themselves should not be alarmed. The only incidents have involved squirrels. Many of you have noticed mysterious people walking around campus, but what is this all about?
Cloakers. Who are they, and where did they come from?
Cloakers are basically anybody who wears a cloak. There's not a group you have to be a member of, per se. We just all have cloaks, and we wear them and enjoy them.
Cloakers started about 9 years ago when 3 freshman girls were writing handwritten letters to each other and discovered that they all enjoyed similar things like Lord of the Rings or just cool stuff, books, outdoors, exploring, and they all decided that cool people in books wear cloaks.
You'll see around campus today, though, are mostly the domino effect of that original group.
First, the cloak people, as they were called then, were a group of friends that all had cloaks, and they would walk around campus together wearing cloaks and go cloaking.
Well, a cloak is not a bathrobe, although it is very comfortable. It's not the cape, because capes are short and tend to not have hoods.
Some say there has been a decrease in the number of cloakers seen here around campus.
The ones I know, I'd have to say 8 to 10, no more than 10.
Welcome new members. We don't shun new people with cloaks.
To become a cloaker, all you have to do is get yourself a cloak. Eagle 7 News, I'm Brooke Tilstra.
We've all experienced the highs and lows of being a new student. Eagle 7 caught up with some freshmen to hear about their transition.
Going to college can be a big change for some, and for freshmen, it's a completely new experience.
My name is Dustin Frank Berg.
My name is Haley Jacobs. I'm a freshman.
I'm Karina Triller. I'm from Janesville, Wisconsin, and I'm majoring in electronic media communications.
My favorite class would have to be Intro to Engineering because it's just a lot of fun. Dr. Hire is great.
I really like Old Testament.
Lifespan Psychology with Dr. Jara.
Intro to Biology with Matt because he's crazy but in a cool way.
I really miss our cherry berry.
One thing I miss about home is being able to raid the fridge whenever I felt like it.
It's a frozen yogurt place and it was so good.
It's a little weird not being able to just walk into the kitchen and grab as much food as I want.
It's different not having that sort of social structure that I had back home.
You are still an individual, but you have people around you to sharpen you.
No, it's better. It's just everything's better. Better people. We're with Christians all the time. Everyone loves each other. My town sucked. It was depressed, so this is way better.
Struggles during the first semester are normal, but there's no doubt that freshmen will soon be calling Northwestern their home.
There's a new theme this year for the musical. Natalie Volna has the details.
Come Look at the Freaks is the tagline making way for this fall's musical, Sideshow.
Sideshow is about a pair of conjoined twins, Violet and Daisy Hilton, and it's based off their lives and what really happened to them.
Violet and Daisy are discovered in a 2-bit freak show and are soon whisked away by a musician and a talent scout to a life in vaudeville. There they encounter successes and romantic disappointments as they dream of living normal lives.
My favorite part is probably towards the end of the first act when Violet and Daisy, the twins, are saying goodbye to the first time, and it's just a really sad, like, touching scene, and like everyone's on the verge of tears. It's just really touching.
Northwestern theater students have been rehearsing since September for the musical and are now ready to raise the curtain. The first show is tonight in Maranatha Hall, 7 p.m. If you haven't already, make sure you stop by the ticket office to save your seat because you won't want to miss out on this epic duo in Northwestern's musical, Sideshow.
I think the audience is really going to like it.
Love it. They're in for an emotional roller coaster. Yep.
The end is finally in sight for the campaign season. Next Tuesday marks the date for the 2012 presidential election. You can cast your vote by going to the voting center of the city in which you are registered. Most centers will be open between 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Individuals who cannot personally visit their registered polling place can still obtain an absentee ballot. These must be returned to a nearby polling place prior to the end of elections. Out-of-state individuals should read their state voting regulations. Absentee ballots are acceptable in most instances, however, some exceptions apply. If you are a freshman or sophomore and don't know what to do with all of your dining funds, well, sell them for cash. It is now possible for students on the $1,400 plan to transfer excess funds to students with less dining funds. Those interested in buying or selling should visit the Event Services office in the Fine Arts lobby by 4:30 today. Both individuals must stop by F2102 to finalize any negotiations. Transfers can be between $100 and $300. Well, that's all the news we have this week. You can check us out on Twitter and Facebook, where we'd love to hear your feedback and story ideas. We'll be back next week with more news. I'm Chinu Her.